From simple creepy stalkers to obscure cults to dangerous serial killing characters, Rockstar Games' history has proved that apart from ordinary alien sightings, they do have an everlasting desire to include in their titles Easter eggs and secrets about much deeper and more sensitive topics. If you have been a Grand Theft Auto series fan for long enough, I'm sure that you have stumbled upon some examples of these yourself while playing the games, or you have even made your own research about them. But what if I told you that among all these mysteries, silently lies arguably the darkest of them all, that is yet still not covered enough, and dates from the start of the universe to this present day? To start with something that we are all familiar with, let's take a quick look back at the latest GTA release, where by progressing on the storyline with Trevor and completing one of the main missions, Nervous Ron, we receive an unusual email by him. And it is basically Ron introducing us to the infamous Altruist cult. In the bottom, he offers us an easy way to make money, which consists of kidnapping and delivering to the cult any so-called lost souls who they openly claim that they want to have for dinner. By searching up about this cult on the game's internet, we can find a news article informing us about the disappearance of 7 different hikers near the area that the Altruist camp leaves. It is stated that none of their remains were eventually found, and by what the email says, we can easily assume. If we dig even deeper, we can also find the Altruist's very own website, in which they showcase their encrypted manifesto written in Morse code. By translating it, unveils 3 different pages of their deep despise for the industrial evolution and the modern world. Something very ironic since they chose to publish all this online. But the key part lies in the very bottom. A short poem starting with the phrases, "Eat of the flesh, drink of the blood," once again confirms the cult's scary desire for cannibalism. But the madness around them does not stop there. Actually following the orders on the email and delivering 4 different innocent people to the camp triggers a rampage cutscene where the cult members switch up on Trevor, and he later has to wipe out every single one of them to escape. The mission itself does not have any meaning for today's story, but what happens after it does. Following this encounter, an other NPC appears on the map upon meeting and sharing their experiences with the cult, Trevor says a very weird line.
Those creeps! Those old people in the buff! I nearly lost my dinner over them! I nearly lost my dinner over them!
This is the first time on the story where it is teased that apart from working for a human-eating cult, Trevor has similar desires himself, and it could easily be ignored and labeled as another dark Rockstar joke, if it was the only. Throughout the 40+ hours of the game, the one of its 3 main protagonists is jokingly called a cannibal multiple times by other characters, from his own very friend, Michael.
Now, if I was a speed-free cannibal, what would I blow up a train to steal?
To side characters like Lamar.
Ain't what I heard, all cannibalistic and shit.
Frank, what you been telling him?
I say what I see, homie. You dig on man meat.
On top of that, there is a rare cutscene when switching to Trevor where he, I guess jokingly again, can be seen vomiting inside a fountain and proceeds to blame it on consuming human meat.
Never eat Indian people.
Also later, after completing the Polito score setup, there is a cutscene where Trevor consumes a disgusting looking stew and casually proceeds to say that there is a human eyelid in it.
What's wrong with you? That's just a what? An eyelid. That's probably not even human. Unless that gas station job.
But, okay, maybe the rest of the soup consisted of actual edible food. Maybe all other mentions exist due to the fact that Rockstar Games has a history of dark humor, they joke about everything, and we could make endless mystery videos if we took every single line of script seriously. Unless there was a moment in the game when it was truly confirmed that Trevor had actually committed cannibalism. during the final mission, a point where the whole atmosphere has evolved into one completely serious and emotional, without any room for humor, if you choose option A and decide to kill Trevor, right after setting him up and burning him alive, a little before the game finishes and the ending credits drop. Michael says something that usually goes unnoticed but verifies the whole theory.
You know, a point where even assholes like us say, enough is fucking enough. Human stew. That's my limit. Human stew. That's my limit.
These all are the most recent and least obvious references of our theme in the Grand Theft Auto series. And of course, I would not decide to make a video like this if they topped there. The year is 1986, and we travel back to the infamous metropolis of Vice City inside a block in the Little Haiti area. There stand 4 different buildings with each one scarier than the other. First of all, a brand new funeral home owned by the Romero family opens. Remember this name for later. By taking a closer look at it, apart from a picture of the blood drinker Dracula hanging on its west wall, we can't really notice anything suspicious yet. Just ordinary gravestones, flowers, and anything normal a similar company would own, right? This is until we decide to walk into the backyard, where there, for unknown reasons, lie 3 different graves. And by observing the third one, we notice that it is open, and the corpse inside it misses its left arm. On top of that, by exploring a little more, we can find that again, inexplicably, one corner is not lit up like the rest of the place, but instead holds 2 human skulls used as candles. This becomes even deeper once we realize that the family who owns the Funeraria Romero have also recently opened another business, a butcher shop. The Romero family butchers, unlike their funeral home, looks very unusual from the outside, since on their window, instead of ordinary meat, they showcase products such as a person's brain and a box labeled as human organs. With these Romero family properties being gone, 2 of the 4 buildings that I mentioned earlier remain, and as you might have guessed, both of them are restaurants. Even though they don't host the Romero name, a very popular conspiracy among the fan base back on the Vice City era was that all of these companies were owned by the same family, and they intentionally did not show it because they supplied their own products to their eateries. But I guess it's just a theory. Now, it has to be mentioned that this creepy family does feature on the game's storyline, when in the main mission, 2-Bit Hit, we chase down a gang participating a funeral for their boss. While we are behind their horse, they proceed to throw coffins in our way in order to stop us. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A fan theory. An evil family murdering humans and selling their parts in Vice City. They are nice, creepy Easter eggs, but they don't exactly fit today's topic. They are interesting enough, but alone, they don't prove that the concept of cannibalism can be found throughout the whole game series. Unless there existed an other character in the game who has verifiably performed cannibalistic acts. Curiously enough, inside the horse that we have been chasing sits a character that older fans might already know and goes by the name Donald Love. This marks his one and only appearance in Vice City, but he is no stranger to us since he's been included both in GTA 3 and Liberty City stories, and he is one of the series' most disturbed characters. Firstly, in the mission Morgue Party Candidate, during his campaign on an effort to become the next mayor, he orders us to steal a hearse containing an unidentifiable corpse of another politician without explaining why. If everything goes smoothly and we complete the task, we must deliver this body to a nearby garage owned by Donald Love. The mission finishes, and the game doesn't tell us what happened to it. This is until just a little afterwards in the game, when during a cutscene of the next mission given by Donald Love, Campaign, we see him sitting alone on his dinner table, enjoying something that looks much alike the body that we had collected earlier.
My God, this is good. It tastes just like chicken, but somehow more, sentient. You want some?
I already ate, thanks.
On top of that, some hours later in the storyline, during a mission similarly named Morgue Party Resurrection, after a set of events caused Donald's election campaign to fail completely, he puts the blame on his old mentor, Avery, that just recently flew back into town and ordered us to kill him. We execute the plan with Donald present in the scene, but he, of course, could not simply let the corpse rot on the roadside. For the mission to finish, we must capture Avery's body and deliver it to the airport. The drive there goes very smoothly without even a police chase, but halfway there, Donald, unsurprisingly, says some very weird lines.
Avery! Oh, Avery, how you've aged since we've last met. You used to feed me such pearls of wisdom. And soon I shall dine again.
I think it's safe to say that now we have a second major GTA character confirmed to be consuming human meat. The sad part is that we never get to know the fate of Donald since he vanishes off the city as mysteriously and quietly as he came. This, though, does not mark the end of cannibalism in Liberty City. On a mission called Dead Meat, Tony meets a butcher who owes him money, and instead of just murdering him like we thought he would, he proceeds to chop him up and sell him to his own shop. If we check the Casa Deli butchery after, we can see the police doing an investigation, and in the back of the van used on the mission, the owner's remaining parts openly sit there. So, we have already found two major characters engaged in anthropophagy, and the theme's inclusion in 4 out of the 10 Rockstar's biggest titles. So, in the next few minutes, I will show you how it expands throughout the whole universe. Grand Theft Auto 1. A corrupt officer named Samuel Deaver has officially been investigated for cannibalism during a stakeout, and even joking threatens to eat the player during a 2D cutscene. Grand Theft Auto 2. With the mission Hot Dog Homicide, Rockstar made it clear from the start that their games came to break taboos, as a Russian gang boss orders the player to collect criminals from around the city and deliver them to a factory processing food for the mafia. GTA 4. After stealing a prison bus, a starving inmate grabs the officer trying to attack Johnny and eats him right in the spot.
Whoa! You're the best tasting thing I've had since I got locked up. All right, since we've all eaten, we've got a new destination.
And of course, considering its time period, we could not exclude Red Dead Redemption. On the first game, we'll find a woman telling us about how she lost her son, and up on searching, all we can find is his minimal remains. The same story unfortunately continues with 2 other sobbing characters, until finally on the last one, we run into this cutscene.
Oh, mister! Some city fella just attacked me and broke my leg.
What?
He broke my leg. Some city fella. Guy got kind of creepy on me, and then he got violent.
When?
Just now. He ran off that way. Can't have gone too far.
If I find him, I'll bring him back this way.
Thank you, mister.
His laugh definitely raises suspicion. After doing as he says, the game shows us what happened to the last missing person, and likely all others.
You broke this poor fool's leg, mister.
This maniac tried to eat me! We've got cannibals in these here hills! Please help me!
What?
Please!
Fella's gotta eat now. Fella's got to eat.
Save me from this freak, please! Please!
Also, Red Dead 2, from saving a woman from cannibals, to Arthur himself being captured by a couple that eats humans, Rockstar's latest release, of course, would be on the list. So, to sum everything up, it is very clear that from the start, Rockstar Games followed their own rules. They didn't hesitate to include anything in their storyline, no matter how delicate it was. And, in my opinion, this was a key factor for their success. Each game's special satire perfectly depicted the state society was at this certain time and place. And this is something that the fan base has highly appreciated. Today, the company has not released anything in the last 8 years, but their biggest ever launch is just around the corner. So far, we don't know a lot about it, but I think we can unanimously agree that continuing with the same strategy would add a lot on the game's value. And this day, it will be appreciated more than ever before.